All right, so why don't we get started today? We got everybody here will be coming in shortly. I want to start by introductions. So I know we have Miles. AJ, why don't you introduce Anthony?
Yeah, so we have our newest, trainee for inside sales, and there is Andy Farrell, Andy Lunch, and so he comes with some good credentials, and he's going to end up in Bridgeport. I think he's going to help out quite a bit.
All right. I just want to reintroduce everybody in New Haven to Scott Bristol, who just joined our purchasing team about a month ago. You may have had some interaction with, but I wanted to make sure everybody knew him based on the name. He's going to be here in New Haven in a couple of days.
Any other branches have anybody to introduce today? I want to remind the people in New Haven, if you can kind of turn yourselves to the microphones and speak into the microphones, it helps everybody. We are working on a solution for that. We did some testing and we think we have some things to enhance that. I'm going to start with purpose citations. I have in two groups I'm going to do that. Peter Conti, Matt Monteleone, Louis, Jason Solomon, and Peter Levin. They just did such a great job collaborating with each other, going out to Norwalk, trying to help some of the situation there with lack of warehouse space and the product that's there, and then without having warehouse management, be able to track items and really put together a Band-Aid that'll help them so we can get inventory management there. So I have a bunch of purpose citations for you guys. We can clap it out. I got one for Christina, Wooden, Susan, and Shelley. They did a tremendous job at a training. I was not there to help you guys with your quarterly conversations, making sure every teammate gets a consistent one, that all supervisors are trained correctly and have the tools to conduct a really good quarterly conversation. That will be coming soon, and Max will be around at branches over the next month to tell you guys more about that. But what was amazing about it is I got a call from the instructor that did it, is we talk about GWC. So for those of you who don't know, EOS, get it, want it, and have the capacity. And so the capacity is going to be a tool that they can get there. And obviously none of them have it 100% now, but the instructor was very clear to me that all three got it and want it and want to improve to the best they can so that you guys as supervisors and teammates can conduct and get really good quarterly conversations. So those are these goes through. Anybody else have purchase citations to hand out?
Yeah, I actually have two out of Waterbury. I have one for Steve and one for Sarah. Great help with the Zurn transition. Sarah especially made sure that the product came in, it was all labeled and sorted, which was a massive time saver. So, and Steve, just from all of his industry knowledge and help guide me on how to get this into the other branches. So, great job.
Anyone else? Right.
So I have a few. Wow. First one is for Jason. Jason's been helping me with training with new TMs. He assisted with Kyle. He actually drew up the whole outline that we use. And then he's been a big help with Logan, who's actually going to get on the road on June 4th. So he's a tremendous teammate, enthusiasm spreader, vendor believer, solution deliverer, and definitely A and B. So, all right. I have one for Mike J. Let's see. Same thing. Assisted Logan in his training. He's done a lot to create testing and things for our people. Besides Logan, he's done a lot of training individually, and especially in Haven, it definitely shows when they get that information. So, vendor believer, good deed doer, purpose promoter, solution deliverer, and definitely A and B. So there you go. Then I have one for me. No. I have another one for Mike, and I don't know if everyone realizes how much what he does means as a tech support, because he every day almost, or at least every week. He's either saving the sale or saving the relationship with the customer because he knows how to talk to the customer. So, again, vendor deliverer, solution deliverer, thinking outside the box day and day. You do a nice job, Mike. Thanks.
Anyone else?
Yeah. Hey guys, it's Steve. I'm in Hartford today. I've got one for Pete Conti. Pete and I met with a company called Walter D. Sullivan yesterday, who virtually was doing zero business with us. Pete knocked it out of the park. We landed a good job with him, and I think it's going to be a great future customer. So great job, Pete.
Anyone else? All right, so last week we, oh, I'm sorry.
This is for the branch managers and dentists. Team, thank you for your support with our warehouse organization project. I appreciate all your help. Great vendor behavior, tremendous teammates, and solution deliverers. So thank you very much.
Anyone else there? All right, so last week we worked on We Assist Customers with Enthusiasm. I got some feedback from some people. Jason Selman talked about spending more time with the receptionist, greeting customers, ensuring that they were handed off to the right salesperson. Jason, you want to give a quick comment about that?
Yeah, I think in terms of warm welcome and ensuring that our clients are taken care of, we need to make sure that first impression is huge. We've talked about this in previous meetings. So just spend a little bit of time as the clients are coming in to make sure they're getting connected with the right salespeople at the right time. So there's no time in between. If they need help, they're getting help immediately.
Yeah, think about it from the customer lens. If we get the right person, is that enthusiasm or what? So I really like that one. These were all great. Louis talked about getting up from his desk as opposed to just waving to customers he hadn't seen in a while when he's available and can, going and shaking their hand. And Lou, you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yep, so I decided to get more out, go out to the counter instead of just waving to them. Just seeing how their day's going and just let them know that, future quotes or anything that we needed. So that was pretty much it.
And I don't know if John Barry's with us today, but something that John did that I really, really loved was he's working with an employee that maybe is a little shy and assisting us with enthusiasm is out of their comfort zone, and he's working with them to bring them more into their comfort zone. So these stories really tell that if we all work a little bit on our behaviors each week, where we can be. And so it's not that hard, just a little simple thing, and if everybody's doing that as a team, where will we be in 365 days? So next week, this week, we're gonna work on addressing problems in an honest and calm manner. So just think to yourself, jot down some notes, what are you going to do to up your game to address problems in an honest and calm manner? Let's move on to this week's group activity. This is gonna be a lot of fun, and it's we're going to see how it goes. It's something that we thought about. One of the things that we hear is that we don't communicate information as well as we should and when we should. And so we thought it would be pretty cool to have a bunch of people that are working on projects, and there's a lot of them, you'll see, and maybe we'll have to continue this, hopefully, if there's enough up there, for the team to see what projects we're working on or projects that haven't even started yet that are being thought of, and where they are in the stage. So we have a board here, and we'll take a snapshot of it after. It's not started, it's at 10%, 20%, 30%, so on and so forth. And just, so what we're looking for is just, what is the project, a quick description that everybody might be able to understand, and where do we sit with it today? So who wants to kick me off with this? Dennis, go ahead. And then Peter, you're next.
We've got 4 within the supply chain area. The first is a vendor-focused project. The company is called Trade Services. We're about 5% to completion. It's a third-party data source provider that will update our information in DDI. We've signed an agreement. It will allow us to do manufacturing pricing uploads much quicker, so we'll have better potential revenue opportunity. We'll be potentially charging the customer the right pricing. We'll get catalog information updates, and a little bit further down the road, it will give us an enhanced FA process as well. Next one is DDI inventory forecasting.
It's all over on that.
It's at 5%.
Oh, sorry. Just so you guys know, Shelley is taking notes for us on all these on Post-it so we can get a good board snapshot of it. So interrupt if you need somebody to repeat it.
And I'll give you this sheet afterwards as well. The next one is DDI inventory forecasting. Again, about 5% completion. The intent of this is right product, right time, right branch. We want to optimize the inventory. We've started with a test with Norwalk with Jason's help and with the branch managers that we're going to do a deep dive into some of the inventory issues in Norwalk. We're also going to have DDI on-site training with the supply chain team in June 25th and 26th. Next one up is EDI, which stands for Electronic Data Interchange, meaning that we send an electronic file to the vendor. They can ship us back information electronically with shipping schedules, pricing, so increasing our automation in that arena. And that may lead to some accounts payable automation as well. And we're really at the exploratory stage at that. I quickly went up to AP the other day and was trying to find out what screens they utilize in EDI to complete a transaction to see how this will tie in. And then the last, Jason mentioned it, and Mark mentioned it, is the Norwalk Warehousing Initiative. I'd say, again, we're about 5% to completion. We've taken a couple of steps, transferred some large items in the basement to create space for a logistics issue down there. We're working on hot water heaters next, and then we're going to start looking at what products are stored locally versus having them come on a transfer truck. A little bit further into the project, we'll do a rapid assessment and optimization of all the shelving, what products are there, how much is there, can we move some of that stock out to get logistical operational improvement.
Dennis, are you saying 5% from completion? So
To completion.
95%
To completion. No, to completion. All just lifting off.
So, as we go around, there's a lot of people involved in these projects, so if Dennis captured what the project that you're helping on, obviously you don't need to repeat it, but Peter, I know you had something you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, a project we have going down here is a counter facelift that we're doing our whole counter area and get a new look, make our teammates feel more at home, more welcoming, and especially for our customers, give them the same vendor experience at all the branches.
Awesome.
So we're about 25% through completion.
Wow.
And we got a lot of teammates working on this. We got input from the whole counter team, but especially Sue Silva and John Torrey are spearheading it and doing a fantastic job.
There was a request to send pictures as it goes on so we can all get snapshots, just so you know. Anybody else? Mike?
So AJ was just at Blue Rock and found this program called Blue Volt, which is a training tool that we started. We had our first meeting with it yesterday, which we're going to bring around everybody once we get to know it and know it 100%. We're going to use it as a training tool. So it'll enable our salespeople to take tests at their computer. There'll be metrics behind it. We'll be able to see how everybody's doing, where people need help, where certain stores might need more help somewhere else, and vice versa. So it's exciting because it's a nice platform and it actually helps me not teach it. So it's giving me a good foundation, a good platform to really help our team. So
That's really powerful because last week we talked about driving authority down, so by getting metrics of who's really doing really well, we can create champions and really spread those authority down. So, AJ, you have something?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a few things going. They've been ongoing for, months. I mean, I got obvious first one is getting our 4 PM on the road. So Logan's ready to rock and roll. He's going on Tuesday, June 4th. He'll be out 3 days a week to start and kind of get his feet settled on the ground. And, we're all here to support him for that. So I'm really happy about that. It took a while to get that going. So I'm going to say that's 99% ready to go. Sales reporting. So one of the things that we have to do is we have to measure sales. We need metrics for that. And I think we're about 90% there for the PMs. The only thing I have to do still is just get some formatting done so I don't have to do too much deciding, of course. But that's been great because now we can identify customers that are off, customers that are up, and it gives us targets to either shake their hand, pat them on the back, or kick them in the ass. So we get that information. The other one is for overall for the HVAC sales team versus last year. I'm really happy about that. The sales are up nicely. Maybe I wouldn't bring it up if sales were down, but sales are up nicely. And again, it's going to allow us to identify teammates that are really fortunate and know that maybe they're falling behind a little bit that might need some help. So that's going to be really good for us. It also identifies competitors that we need to work at. And then the last one, I've been working with Dennis and Stu Silva on a promotion production time schedule. I'm sure that Jen and Emily will be happy about that. They're driving them crazy for the last year. So we actually have a set schedule now where we announce the promotion all the way through completion. So it involves marketing, it involves inventory, and there's a lot of things other than that. It involves the sales people, and maybe you can get them some training before we get the promotion going. So I'm happy about that. The process is about 90% there, but it starts like 75 days out. So the first promotion we use that with will probably be August. I'm real happy about that one too.
Anyone else? I will take some time to go over mine at this point, as you guys write down your projects and we can get some more going. So one of my projects that I'm working on, and all of these are with a team, I'm not individually doing any of these, weekly meetings for all teammates, we call them L10s. And it's the ability to be heard, to get feedback on how you're doing, have ownership, create the leader model, and we are at 10%, and that will be ramped up over the next month as we have 3 more L10s starting. The next one is MITS, which is a company that we use just recently, and to get everybody that needs to be trained on that and using it efficiently. There's lots of information in this. It gives our team to have a more strategic decision-making approach. It's less gut instinct, and we are at 30% on that. It's launched. We're just on training. Warehouse management in Waterbury and Hartford. Increased inventory management, increased inventory accuracy. We are at 30% right now. We have a team of people looking into possibility of better options and bolt-on kits that can help us even enhance what DEI can bring to us. My fourth one, when I go into fashion, my fourth one, I can share with you after, is onboarding and training process. We need a more streamlined, a more consistent, and we need one platform for all teammates to go to for all communications that is much more user-friendly than what we have today. We are at 20%, that's all on the back end, looking at companies, seeing which ones are best, seeing which ones within our budget. We are at 20% on that. My last one is build a team for new branch launches. And what that will do is instill a better culture and behaviors for new branches, consistency on how we do it, training for those people, and instilling customer focus. And we are at 20%. And so that comes with our core values, our behaviors, we get it, we want it, and the capacity to do it. So when I say we're at 20%, we don't have any team members currently on there, but we're working hard towards instilling everybody with what our core values are, being clear and specific with them so that we can build this team. Building the team, picking the members is going to be easy once we launch everything else. So those are my 5. Who else has stuff? I know there's a lot of other projects out there. Who else has something they want to share? Max, you want to share with you? Oh, I'm sorry, I can't see from way back here.
Hey, so in my attempt to become a better leader, part of my job is to get to know the team globally in all stores and let them get to know me more. So I've been spending a lot of time in Hartford and New Haven, but I'm going to start working my way down to Bridgeport, Norwalk, Stanford, and help coach and hopefully get to know everyone better and hopefully become a better leader. I'm about 25% right now.
Harper seems to be very happy about that. James has one.
So Jason and I are, I'm gonna say conservatively between 5 and 10% working with a full team in the Norwalk showroom. I think I'm prepared and ready to talk about this. I was off last week. So, we're gonna be putting in some new displays, some new product lines, really strategic. And we had a great meeting. The point was we all have to have patience to drive the outcomes. So we're not just jumping in, but trying to build the confidence that we're, this is happening. And, I was very pleased with how, the buy-in from the team. I feel very confident.
Awesome. Thanks. Max, you want to talk about a couple of the projects you have members working on? Put you right on the spot. My favorite thing to do on Friday morning.
Yeah, thank you. Geez, I don't know what the boundaries are on this one.
There are no boundaries. I think people want to hear, and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, so the biggest thing is, the biggest thing I'm excited about is investing in our team. Right, so Mark, whether that's you having joined Vistage, right, an executive, board of directors, a pure advisory board where you have other business executives brainstorming and coaching to how we can make our business better. I think that's a great tool, you have, which then cascades throughout your team. Steve alluded to this, Steve, James, and myself are taking what's called a leadership circle profile. So we're learning how to be the leaders that Bender needs today, right? I'm sure many of you have seen a kind of behavior and attitude shift maybe over the past few months. And just the style of communication and the approach to business and dealing with the team. And that all cascades, right? So it's the exact same concept as a project that's being worked on. It starts to cascade and flow through the organization. Yeah, I mean, we're probably 6 to 8 weeks away, and probably 50% complete towards the initiative of quarterly conversations.
That is generous. I am 25.
Well, we've been working on it for a year and doing a lot of framework behind the scenes.
You're right, we have.
Yeah, well, it's 6 weeks out, so I think we're getting there. But yeah, I'd say those are two things that I'm pretty excited about that are helping to just trying to move the company forward.
Anyone else want to share any projects they're working on?
Sure.
Oh, sorry.
So off camera, but I think you can hear me. Hartford's Wi-Fi is abysmal at best at the moment. They use a $30 Netgear thing that's old and crusty. It was $50 10 years ago. Worth $30 used. So we have a new Wi-Fi system going in, which will help support our customers' needs, our team needs, and our scan gun and WMS needs. That's at 20% now. All the materials are in, and we're seeing an install day starting next week.
Anyone else? Marketing, you guys got anything?
So much, my head.
Give us one.
Ad rebrand. Yeah, we did all the ad rebrands. We're trying to get organized with our events and all of our activities for like the rest of the year right now. So hopefully we'll be rolling out our plan for the next 6 months to everybody shortly. We have a new teammate that's joined us, so we're trying to slay her into the group. And working on a lot of fun and exciting things for the vendor teammates. We're going to be launching some new programs, but I don't know if I can speak about a lot of things yet. So I don't know what I can say.
It's gonna go offline, but I think it's a good time to talk about, there's obviously a fear of giving information too early at vendors. And I think the fear is something we need to work on. Because if we teach our team to handle things correctly, we shouldn't be fearful of giving information. And obviously sometimes there's things that are confidential, right? But 99% of what we're talking about, and I'm gonna throw one out there now that's kind of elephant in the room that maybe people are afraid to announce today, including myself, because what happens if we don't execute it, right? But I'm gonna do it anyway. So the fear is, I think, based off of the inability to communicate correctly. Because I think we're all human beings, and I think we all understand we're all human beings. And we expect failure, and we expect a small degree of not being able to execute. So I'm going to throw one out there that's going to maybe open this up a little bit. Marketing is working on, we're working on as a team, trying to come up with a summer event that would allow us all in our immediate families to have a great day together. We don't know if we're going to be able to do this because we started late. It's going to be hard to find a place, but the get it and the want it is there. Is the capacity there? We don't know. We started late. That being said, everything was in the right mind frame, and we just dropped the ball and started a little late. So those are the things that I'm curious, and I threw that out there. Does that become a negative at vendors, or does that become a positive at vendors? So why don't we take the next few minutes, or 2 minutes? How do you guys feel about that? I just threw something out there that I have no idea if we're going to be able to execute. Zero idea. But we want to execute it. But what if we don't?
It'll be awesome next year.
It'll be awesome next year. Max, what do you think about that comment? That make you feel a little more comfortable?
Yeah, I think it's positive. You know, I think I made the comment when I did this Vendor 2.0 speech that alluded to saying, you know, maybe we can have multiple Bender team building, fun kind of party events, you know, hopefully twice a year, you know, like a winter holiday party and a summer event. So, I mean, you hit the nail on the head, Mark, right? We addressed it in an executive meeting. Like the goal is, let's get 400 or 500 people there. Let's close the showrooms on a Saturday. Like this is a fun, thank you, team building. Let's eat burgers and hot dogs and play volleyball and throw the frisbee and drink beer and like kick it together and our families, right? Your point, maybe we're a little bit behind the 8 ball, you know, but
this year.
But the intent is 100% in the right place. So maybe people feel that, and maybe that's why people are okay if we don't get it done. The goal is to 100% get it done, but I don't know. We want to execute well.
We do, and it's hard when we are fearful that I've talked to so many teammates that are like, should I bring this up? Should I bring this up? And I think as teammates, you guys want to hear, and I think sometimes we're just afraid that we can't produce what we think we may be able to. And it's very uncomfortable for both sides, because then what we find out is we're giving you guys information when it's too late. You guys are like, oh, we should have already heard that. And you're right. How do we do that? How do we work with that, right? This is a conversation. This is the open room. We need to have this conversation. We all need to be on page. We can't be best place to work if we're on different pages. This is a conversation that maybe we should have. Maybe we can create a purpose meeting next week on talking about this conversation. I don't know. I'm kind of throwing it out there. How do people feel about this?
I think, Mark, like what you said about the fear would be the fear of setting a false expectation, because I think overall people hear what they want to hear, right? So if you say, hey, we're going to have this get together, this team building event, and then it doesn't come to fruition, well, someone might take that as it's definite, you know, other people may not. So I think the fear is that false expectation that you might set out to your team, but also how it's going to be received by the other person. You know, people want to hear, they're going to hear what they want to hear, like I said. So I think that has to do with letting out information too early. But then again, it can backfire if you let it off too late as well. So it's that's I was gonna say. If you say something like that, if it's clear and specific, which goes back to the roots of what we're trying to do here, then it shouldn't be a problem at all. So as long as there's specificity with it, I think it's okay.
And the execution has to get better, right? We can't just throw things out there and never do that.
I just want to add something here that I think it's because Greg, you delivered it and Max too, like, hey, well, this is what we want to do. We may not get there, but giving out the entire scope of what the challenge is, the desire to do this, it may not happen, just a sense of transparency and honesty is what allowed Debbie to say, well, if it doesn't happen this year, it's going to be great next year. So I think that we are getting better.
I think just the communication on the timeline that we want to have an event doesn't mean that it has to be the summer. Could be the later part of the year.
Yeah.
Just from a logistics communications, we want to have an event.
All right, let's, I'm gonna think about this over the next week, maybe we can add this into it. It sounds like something we need to talk about and hear both sides, because you guys have very valuable information that can help us become better. Ash, want to close us off today?
Sure. Yeah, great meeting. It's interesting. I don't know, for me, there's this weird feeling of vulnerability about kind of like sharing ideas with the entire team, but it's like ideas when we don't know if we can execute them and when, and I don't know, I guess I just don't like sharing about things that I don't know if I can deliver on. It's just some type of uncomfortable feeling. But with that being said, it's all good. Yeah, everyone have a wonderful holiday weekend.
All right,